What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Namia Carnice, with another edition of She is Namia's High Heels and Lipstick Conversations, where we have topics for the mature woman, the grown-ass woman, the seasoned woman, from every walk of life. We aim to uplift, empower, educate, and encourage the woman within, mind, body, and spirit. So let's get to it, y'all. It's High Heels and Lipstick Conversations with your girl, Namia. Come on and tap in. Hey, what is up, y'all? What is up, y'all? It is Wednesday, October 5th, and you have just tuned in to another edition of She is Namia's High Heels and Lipstick Conversation. So, listen, come on in. I need you to come on in. Let me get my screens right so I can look at my comments and see who checks in with me and all that good stuff. If you are checking in, please put some kissy lips, some lipstick, some high heels, something in the chat so that I can know that you are checking in with me. Listen, we are not going to be here for a long time tonight. We're not going to tarry long. I do have a special guest that I want to introduce you to. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we are doing for the rest of the month in honor of Domestic Violence Month. And it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so, my plan is not to be before you long, but, long enough for you to get something to take home with you. So, listen, if this is your first time checking in and you want to know what High Heels and Lipstick Conversation is all about, you have heard me say, and I'm going to say it again, that High Heels and Lipstick Conversation is simply, it's a conversation amongst grown women. It's real sexy, real bossy, real classy, real everything that you can imagine when you think of women who wear high heels and lipsticks. But it's always real conversation. And we hope that some of the conversations that we have with you and what you get, if you don't get anything out of High Heels and Lipstick Conversation, is that you get something that is useful, that is impactful, that the conversation changes you, challenges you, makes you better, causes you to think, whatever, or, just, causes you to vibe with me. Just vibe with me. I got some ladies that vibe with me, and I see somebody checking in. Hey, Sister Sajada class of 94. Hey, Mrs. Hines, how are you on this evening? Thank you for checking in with me on this evening. I appreciate you. And I just thank you for being here on this evening. So yes, I just want you to vibe with me. Just vibe with me. So listen, before we get into our discussion on tonight, I'm just going to say, because I always have to give my disclaimer, that the thoughts and opinions that are expressed tonight on She is Namia, or anytime on She is Namia High Heels and Lipstick Conversation, are not my own. So I'm not here representing any organization. I'm not representing any company, any institution, anything of that nature. So everything that you hear me express, everything that you hear me say, all my thoughts and opinion, I'm just representing plain on Namia. It's just High Heels and Lipstick Conversations. That's it. And so I just need y'all to remember that. Okay. So listen, I got to start before we get into our conversation, before you meet my guest. We didn't do this last time, but I'm going to do it tonight. I want to have a little trending topic because I got something to say about Kanye. So, Mr. Kanye West, our Kanye West. Um, you know, it's just, I got some stuff to say. Hey there, Nichelle. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for checking in, lady. Glad to have you on this evening. Thank you for coming and vibing with me. Kanye West. So if you know, like I know, you have seen it's all over the news about Kanye West in this image here. This is Kanye West and a reporter, Cynthia Owens, I think it is, Owens, something of that nature. But she is a Republican. She's a, conservative or what have you. A very staunch. She's had her own controversies and all of that good stuff. But mainly, I don't want to even talk about her. I just want to talk about Kanye West himself. In this shirt that he wore, this White Lives Matter. So yesterday I made a post because he was all over the news about whether or not Kanye West is a pure genius. He's either a genius or he's a narcissist. And the post got a lot of, people expressing their thoughts and their opinions on Kanye. Some people said both. Some people said that he was a genius. After all, he is a millionaire. Some people said he just plain old, a gross misrepresentation of that $1 billion that he's making. He doesn't realize how much of a powerful voice he has, being a billionaire. And so people had a lot of thoughts to express. Some people just thought he was a plain old narcissist. And he is probably all of those things. Okay, he's a narcissist. I do believe he's both. He is a genius. He knows how to keep himself relevant through controversy. And he is not unlike any entertainer in the world of social media, where it's important for image to spark the conversation. And so choosing to wear this White Lives Matter obviously was a protest against the Black Lives Matter movement, and it turned out to be a fraud. And then he also had this back and forth on Instagram with a young editor from Vogue. He made fun of her. A lot of people accused him of body shaming. So he has just had a lot going on for the last few days. But here's what I think about Kanye West. It makes me sad. And I made this point in the conversation. I just really much listened and heard people out and gathered their thoughts about what they felt about him, because he always finds a way to put himself out there, right? Is he a genius? Is he a narcissist? And what I feel is that brother needs help. He doesn't have the right people around him, and I think it's sad to see. I think it's sad to see his state as a Black man. There was one of the comments, and they made a very good point that he's a narcissist, he's a marketing genius, he's all of that. But there is a part of you that wants to protect Kanye West, because that mental health, his bipolarism is real. And that's a very real thing. Often it probably sends him into a state of manic depression. We have seen him in his troubles with Kim Kardashian. If you ever take the time to just look up bipolarism, there's so many layers to that mental health disease. And so he displays all of that. And so I think as much as we want to protect Kanye, he's making it hard for us. You're making it hard for us, Kanye. You're making it hard for us to protect you, brother. But at the same time, I see where he needs some help. He needs the right people around him. And he obviously does not have the right people around him helping him to deal with his bipolarism. And I'm hoping behind the scenes, some folks are reaching out to Kanye and pulling him by the coattails. Some brothers in the industry, some people that he got respect for, Jay-Z, Dave Chappelle. I hope somebody is out there reaching out to Kanye and pulling him by the coattail and saying, "Brother Kanye, yes, Denise, brother Kanye, let me holler at you." So I can only hope that that's happening. Everybody needs those kind of individuals in their life. And if you're not fortunate enough to have that, you don't know what you're missing. You need somebody to pull you by your coattail, say, "Hey, that's probably not the way to handle that," or calm down. And I just don't know if Kanye has that. So it's just sad to watch. That this is his way, this is his avenue of keeping himself in the forefront, especially with all of the things that he has going on, with losing, deals, and the Adidas fiasco, all of that. It's just unfortunate to see him put himself out there like that. And the brother needs some help. So, anywho, that's my thoughts on Kanye. So, listen, I don't know what you guys' thoughts are, but I just say we need to pray for brother Kanye because he obviously needs it. Okay. So let's move on. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my guest. Again, this is Domestic Violence Awareness and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Okay. And so we are kicking off Domestic Violence Awareness and Breast Cancer Awareness Month with a spotlight. And I am affectionately calling this it's a community spotlight, but I am calling it Ubuntu Spotlight. Okay. Ubuntu is a South African term, and I'm going to give you the meaning of it. It says that it's not just a word, it's a philosophy, a spirituality, a way of being. Ubuntu is a South African term meaning humanity to others, and also translates into I am what I am because of who we all are. In the capacity in Africa culture to express, it's the capacity to express compassion, reciprocity, dignity, harmony, and humanity in the interest of building and maintaining community with justice and mutual caring. So it is a South African term. I was first introduced to it in, my studies and things of that nature in undergrad, and some of the diversity and inclusion work that I had done on a professional level in higher ed. And so Ubuntu is all about community. It's about embracing one another. It's about wrapping our hands and our arms around one another. And it's about helping each other heal. So I have a young lady that I want to introduce you to for today's Ubuntu Spotlight. And I'm going to introduce you to this way. And as soon as we come back, then we will talk to Kiana and see what she has going on. Okay, y'all give some hand claps, some finger snaps, some kisses in the chat, some lipstick in the chat, some high heels in the chat. Or if you're a brother checking in, you can put some fists in the air from my girl, Kiana. Welcome, 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 Kiana. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So I have the one thing that I forgot to share is that I had the awesome opportunity of sitting up close and personal as you walked into one of the best sororities ever, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and you just happened to be my sorority sister. So I forgot to share that tidbit. But we have some ladies that are checking in and giving you some love. Nichelle puts her lipsticks in the comments in the chat. Denise puts her high heels, her kisses, and her lipstick in the chat. That is our way of welcoming you to High Heels and Lipstick Conversation. But how's it been going, girl?
It's been busy.
Busy?
Busy, yes. I have so many things going on. It's good stuff too. So I just have so many things I'm looking forward to, but it's keeping me busy. And so we'll talk about it, shortly. But the purpose for my events is actually needed, right? Like it's for me,
it
for
is.
everybody else, but it is so needed.
Yes. And you are having, and we're going to talk about your event here really shortly. You did so in the perfect timing, in the month of October, when we traditionally celebrate or honor, recognize survivors of domestic violence. Survivors or those who are going through breast cancer. So it's all about the pink and the purple in the month of October. So I think your event fits quite nicely. So tell us a bit about, and I'm going to put your flyer up here, and we're going to just kickstart and just start talking about the event. Tell us what you have going on.
So let me just first start by saying that God is so intentional. I know
Yes,
you and I talked a little bit about this, and I had no idea about the theme and what the word meant and all of that. So like it's just really resonating with me as I'm sitting here listening to you speak about it, and it's
yeah,
just making sense. So the first thing that I will say is I just been recently just reflecting on things and just learning from God and hearing God tell
yep,
me and reveal to me what my purpose is. And so I know that I just naturally enjoy helping to elevate people, helping to pour
yeah,
into people. Probably do it too much because I'm learning that I need to pour into myself just as much.
yes,
But
yes.
I decided, and actually this idea was placed on my heart about 3 years ago when I attended a spiritual conference. But
Mm-hmm.
I started the planning and everything for it, but I was afraid and I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't act on it. And so most recently, I was like, I'm not gonna do anything for my birthday because my birthday is also October. It's October 20th.
Okay, okay.
And like I'm not gonna do anything. But then just how God has been, speaking, I heard Him clear, like this is what you need to do, and the time is
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
So my goal is to bring together a few young women, or women, period, for the purpose of building community first, right?
yep,
And for sharing, ourselves with one another at your comfort, right? So you come and you make of the event what you want it to be. So it'll be a wellness or healing retreat
uh-huh,
for people to come together, share their experiences, to kind of learn from each other, learn
mhm.
from some experts. We do have a life coach and licensed therapist that you can, connect with more directly.
Yeah,
Um, and just like so many different activities that are centered around like self-care and wellness for people to kind of
yeah,
step away, get away from everyday life, because there's so many challenges and just things that we deal with that we may need to break away from, and really take the time to like have that me time to focus on you and kind of like
yeah.
diving into who you are as a person and what your purpose is and moving forward from there.
So I see it says, so the flyer, here's the flyer here. It is a ladies' retreat. The theme is Sis Come Heal with Us. And it is taking place in an exclusive location. It's October 21st through October 23rd. So you would be gone for a weekend. And it's in Berean Springs, Michigan. Talk to us a little bit about this exclusive location.
Yep. So I the other thing I was looking and searching high and low for the perfect, because I had a vision in my mind of like what I want the house to look like. I wanted us to all
Yeah.
be together for the weekend, so no hotels or anything. But I want us to have a large enough house where we can still separate, but like also be together. And when I
Mm-hmm.
tell you, this house just popped up. It's a mansion. It is so beautiful. There's so many rooms. It's about 20 something beds in there to fit, several people. And it's just like it has this like what am I saying, like peaceful vibe to it. Like there's a
Yeah.
waterfall, jacuzzi, to like all types of stuff. So
So
I'm
it's
just
the
excited.
way, it's nice, it's plush. It is,
Yeah,
it's not just your typical girls getaway. This is some exclusive stuff
yeah.
and it's for a purpose. You're all coming to heal and come together. And like you said, community. So listen, one thing that I like and I appreciate, and so when we talked about you coming on, I was you know, I admire you. And I told you that. I'm like, girl, do your thing. Because I like to see young ladies who recognize their purpose, right? And it looks like this is part of God launching you into your purpose. And so it's gonna be blessed because of that. And what inspired you? What inspired you? What sparked this purpose in you or this passion in you? What inspired you to want to do this particular retreat?
It's personal. A lot of it
Yeah.
is real personal.
Yeah.
So it's two things. It's personal, and it's just from my experiences, from through my personal relationships with people, and through my
Mhm.
profession, where I hear, the challenges and the things that people deal with day to day, and this big need for us to really like focus on our mental health a little bit more,
Yeah.
especially as women, and then to take it a step further, especially as Black women. I feel like
Oh,
we
yeah.
take on so much, and we try to be this strong Black woman all the
Oh,
time.
yeah. Come on now. We didn't talked about that. Yes,
That
child.
that is not who I want to be anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that as I've been going through some of my stuff, I've learned that I have this, what for whatever reason, I've also enabled it, but this perfection idea, like I always got to be together, I got to be
Yeah.
perfect, and I'm like, this is a lot to live, right?
It's causing stress, ain't it? Yeah.
I have I guess I've just experienced stuff that was a little traumatic, but other people are dealing with it too. And why are we dealing
Yeah.
with it alone? Why can't we learn from one another? Why can't
Yeah.
we support one another, and help each other out? And so as I was dealing with my stuff, I'm hearing about other people's stuff, and I'm like, there is a true need for us to just come together, support each other, to find our sisters, and to elevate one another, but also to make sure that we are putting ourselves first, and knowing and learning how to heal, learning how to take care of our mental health before it goes too far,
Yeah.
because at that point it's a little bit too late.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to I'm sorry, Indestructible 36. Those are my other nails. Shout out to Indestructible 36, Sora Michelle Williams. She is checking in with y'all just experienced 2 years in Delta Sigma Theta. Listen, that's the other reason why you shout out to Indestructible 36, and happy Delta Versity, happy belated Delta Versity, to you ladies. Listen, you ladies are doing a wonderful job at and y'all probably didn't heard this already, but y'all are doing a wonderful job. This is sorority stuff. Y'all are doing a wonderful job at creating bonding moments together. So keep that going as long as you can. That's a good thing. That's a blessed thing. But Michelle is giving her hand clap. She putting her hand claps. Thank you for checking in, Michelle, for your sayings. Okay, so what kinds of activities? So you talked about healing. You talked about the fact that there will be some there'll be therapists on site. What kinds of activities can young ladies, those who register, and I'll show you how you can register and become a part of this weekend is coming up soon. What kinds of activities can you expect at this Sis Come and Heal with Us?
So we'll have like group sessions. So there'll be some, just some facilitated or guided conversations. There will also be the therapists are there because, as we are unpacking some things, you may want to step away and talk to someone separately.
Yeah.
You may be on a different healing journey. You may not have started. You may not have
Yeah.
access to a therapist. And so just giving you that space and opportunity to step away privately. So
Yeah.
that is the purpose for the therapist. There are also some, I don't want to give all the secrets away, but there's some
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fun socializing that we
Fun
want to do
stuff.
as
Yeah.
well, like wellness type activities where you may be,
Yeah.
you know, doing some skincare stuff and other things that should be fun, and just like relaxing for the rest of that.
Yeah. So let's tell them how they can become a part of this event because I think it's going to be a blessed event. And we're gonna pray again. We're gonna pray success over it. Again, it's the ladies' retreat. Sis, come here with us. There's going to be licensed therapist, life coach, giveaways, fellowship, food. You know we love food and much, much more. So that is Friday, October 21st through Sunday, October 23rd at an exclusive location in Berrien Springs, Michigan. Not a far drive from here, right? Kiana is like what, an hour?
Yep. So depending on where you are in Northwest Indiana, it's about an hour out.
Okay. Okay. So if you're in the Northwest Indiana, Chicago area, it's not a far drive at all. But hey, if you're checking in from Indianapolis, you can drive from Indianapolis too. All ladies are welcome. But how can we register?
Yep. So if you email me at the email address that's at the bottom of the flyer, it's Room Key LLC, and that's Key QUI. at gmail.com. If you email me, I will send you the registration link, and you want to act fast because we are almost at capacity.
Okay.
So it's either you can sign up at any point until we reach capacity or by October 14th. That's the cutoff for the
Okay.
registration.
Okay, so registration, the cutoff is October 14th. If you would like to join, again, the email is on the screen. Repeat it one more time, the email.
RoomKeyLLC at gmail.com.
Okay, so Room Kill LLC key. I'm sorry, girl, my eyes is old at gmail.com. Yeah, I'm being old, girl. Um, Okay, so you have some questions. You have some questions. So let's get to some questions. There's a young lady that has a question, and she says she can't make it, but can I share this with others? And how do we stay connected with you? I'm very interested in what you are doing. Much needed. Yes, it's much needed, Denise. So maybe share your social media. And that good stuff. I'll drop it in the chat and display it on the screen. People can know how to friend request you on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you want them to get in contact with you.
Yep. You want me to put that in the chat for you? Because you
Yeah,
have my.
put it in the chat for me and I'll share it on screen.
Okay.
So listen, I think it's a blessed event. And I'm glad that God gave you the vision. It's really and I'm only saying this because I'm a little older girl. You see, I just had to squeeze up on the screen. So I'm a little older than you anyway, but I think it's so necessary because we start stressing and trying to be superwoman and accumulating hurt and pain and going through bad effed up relationships and allowing the wrong brothers. We go through all that at an early age. So by the time we get my age, we looking all stressed out and and or at least it used to happen that way. Now I think us 40-year-olders are, we doing some thing, our 40-plus-year-olders. But we just take on a lot at an early age. You know what I'm saying? And so we accumulate hurts and pains, and there is nothing like getting to a place where you are healed and you are free. And the sooner you can do that, get around a community of young ladies such as yourself who are like-minded, who got your back. There's no judgment, you know what I'm saying? Because we've now been through stuff ourselves. Ain't nobody looking at you crazy because we've all been through something, and we're all here for the purpose of healing and like you said, networking and community. I just think it's so awesome to have all of those kinds of avenues, especially young as you younger. So okay, so your Facebook, let me copy and paste it. It won't allow me to do it there. I'm gonna put it there. So your Facebook, where you can reach her, Denise, if you would like to learn more about what she's doing, because I'm sure this is not the first or the last event. What can we expect in the future from you? But her Facebook is Miss Kiana Brown there.
I had so much positive responses to this, so I know this will be the last. It's so crazy because I'm like, God, why are you doing this? I'm so
Listen,
scared.
he blow your mind, child.
But I'm excited for it. So I think I want to do even smaller scale events where maybe like workshops for a day or so. But I think this will become an annual thing. I do want to start hosting more events. So I will. I'm starting out building out my social media for this purpose, and so I will have to create a new social media designated to this, and then that way we can continue to build the brand around it.
Yeah. Well, it takes work, but when it's God's call for you, and when it's your perfect, we already had this, but he'll equip you. He'll put the right people around you, and he'll give you who and what you need, especially when there's you walking in his footsteps. So. Yes. So thank you so much. Denise says she's got it because she wants to stay connected to you. Thank you so much for joining us on this evening. You can either hang back stage or you can stay on. I'm gonna switch a little gears to domestic violence and talk a little bit about that. So it is totally up to you. You are more than welcome to stay and continue in the conversation with me. What say you?
We let me stay backstage because I also got
Okay.
my little 4-year-old back here needing
Okay.
attention, so
Gotcha.
I multitask. But
Okay.
I
I
appreciate
got you.
you so much, sis.
One of the things that we ladies do, right? Right. Yeah. So okay, hang on backstage. We'll talk a little, chat a little later once I'm done. And we will stay connected, obviously, because again, I think you're doing some great things and I want to see you, I want to see what God's gonna do with you and through you.
Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you. I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Love you too. I'll talk to you later.
All right, take care.
All right. Okay, y'all. So listen, join that ladies retreat again. It is Sis Come Heal with Us, October 21st to the 23rd. It's all about healing. There is a lot that she's going to share with you, Miss Kiana. And so I think it's a good thing. This is an exclusive location. And it's going to be a nice event. So that is the email that you can find there if you want to get in contact with her and learn more about the opportunity. So that is my Ubuntu spotlight, y'all. Again, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this month, I am going to, towards the end of the month, I'm going to highlight, share more about breast cancer and its importance for us. Just being aware, knowing the statistics, getting your tatas checked, and all of that. Yes, Denise, I will share the post on the page, and you can definitely share. I will definitely do that. But we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about breast cancer awareness. I'm sorry, domestic violence awareness. Listen, I want to give some statistics and some facts. Listen, domestic violence in particular is very important to me. It is my personal passion. I probably was, my special guest Kiana's age around the time where I started um, fueling my passion because of my own experiences, having seen domestic violence in my family, having experienced it myself, and come on the other side of it. So it's something that's very near and dear to my heart. And listen, it is real. Okay. It is, and I'm gonna share some statistics and some facts, but I want to share a little video. Listen, I was on my walk today, getting my exercise in today, right before coming before you guys, and I ran across this Instagram post. And this is a little I'm going to share with you because I think it's important to see what she's sharing. This young lady's, you may know the young lady. We all know her big sister. Her big sister is Ashanti. Okay. And we know Ashanti has been in the media lately for her whole, ordeal with, oh boy, I can't think. I'm having a brain moment. But she's been in the news lately. We know Ashanti looks good, and she keeps herself well together. But her sister, her little sister, has shared her experience with domestic violence on her Instagram. Okay. And it is getting a lot of hits and likes. And I'm going to share this Instagram post, but I want to warn you because you got to do that. I want to warn you that some of what you may see is some graphic pictures. There's a couple of videos attached to this Instagram post. And so it may be triggering. I'm just going to warn you that the pictures may be what you think of as graphic. But she did this in honor of October Domestic Violence Month. And on Instagram, Ashanti's little sister is called Little Tanishi. And here, let me go ahead and just share this for you. When I get to the video portion, I do want you to prepare yourself, okay? Because when I get to the video portion, it is a little graphic, some language, but it's very powerful. I believe this post, her sharing her experience in a very bold and courageous way. Here we go. Okay. So this is Ashanti's little sister. And you can see that she says October is Domestic Violence Month. She says, I thank God, my ancestors, angels, and guides for pulling me through this war zone alive. This is a picture of her after having obviously a black and eye by the young man that she was with at the time. And she says it was toxic and it was dangerous, not only for obvious reasons, but also because to the outside world, everything seemed fine. Okay. So she shares that. She shares some more bruises. She says, but those closest to me or closest to us knew, but didn't know how to help. It got to a point where the abuse was regular behavior, and I would fight back. I would pick up whatever I could to protect myself. Truthfully, lots of us have grown up in toxic environments where the adults around us argue or fight, to which we seem to normalize. She shares another picture. This starts the beginning of our inner child wounds and or traumas. So she goes on to say, I've been punched, spat on, strangled, pushed to the ground, and threatened with a gun. And then, this is the video that she shares. Oh gosh, I forgot about this one. She shares the picture of her teeth being knocked out. So this young man did that to her, knocked her teeth out.
I don't need that. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Keep the knife with you. Keep the knife. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you.
So this is her and her boyfriend, significant other.
I'm gonna show you no weapon. I'm gonna show you no weapon. Put this out here,
bitch. Get off of me. Get off of me.
Do that as helpless. Get ahead. Get ahead. Get ahead. You wanna spit in my face? Get ahead.
You spit back on me already. You spit back on me already. You spit on me twice. Yeah, you spit back on me already. And you beat me. Yeah, I know. And I beat you, right? Move.
Fucking line. Get tough guy. I put the weapon down. I'm not you. Get tough guy. Get tough guy. I don't need that. I'm gonna show.
Another video showing her scar of her neck. And how he cut her, strangled her, something of that nature, bruised her up. Yeah, so again, that's Ashanti's little sister in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, making its way around Instagram. That was something to see. And even to have the audio, even though you couldn't visibly see him beating on her, you do hear the audio and what he's saying. And this young lady is sharing her experience. Domestic violence, again, y'all, is real. It still happens. It's not just something that happened in the 50s and the 60s. It is happening today. It's usually hurting people. And it's, it's the reason why we have to have a whole month dedicated to it. Okay. The reason why October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so I just commend her. I don't know that in my experience, I would have been so bold and so courageous. I have had my own experiences, and I don't know that I was that bold or courageous. You do get to a point where you're not afraid, you're not embarrassed by it, because it's a very dehumanizing, embarrassing moment if you have experienced it. And so for her to be able, I think this happened in 2018, so it's been about 4 years. So for her to be at a point where she feels comfortable with sharing the very intimate details of her abuse, then that's commendable. She's speaking out in her own way. And so again, domestic violence is real, and that's what we're going to focus on for this month. I'm going to have some people come by, some young ladies come by and share with you about their experiences, what to look for, what, to stay away from, the red flags to stay away from. I have to say that it's not just women who experience domestic violence. I'm going to share some facts with you really shortly. So it's not just women, it's men as well who experience domestic violence. Men just don't tend to speak up as often, or they don't go and seek help. They don't call the police because it's attached to their manhood and things of that nature. So there's some whole psychological reasons surrounding why men don't share that they have been victimized or that they too have experienced, domestic violence. Tamara says, I do too. I commend all that you've been through. I admire each and every person that's been through it. You all are amazing. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you for checking in. Yes, it's a very traumatizing experience. And so when I saw that, when I heard the video, it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And if you have ever been through it, you can only understand it from a woman's point of view. This is nothing against those who didn't view it in their home or what have you, but when you physically go through, abusive situations, it is, things can trigger you. Things can help you to remember your own experiences. But thank God that there are many like me. Miss Jamina says DV is very real. There are many like me, such as myself, who was able to come on the other side of it and to be better because of it. Denise says, I understand so well. Just watching that triggers me. Yeah. It's real. It's real. So here's some facts. Here's some things that I want to leave you with before we get out of here, because like I said, we're not going to be here long. But there is some data surrounding domestic violence. And listen, I got that on the screen. I don't know how big it is, y'all. Let me get my version of it so I can read from that, because your girl is having to squinch a little bit now more than ever. So let me bring up the DV facts so that I can read it to you from my screen where I can see it a little bit better. So it says that 34% of people who are injured by intimate partners receive medical care for their injuries. It starts with the fact, and this used to be in maybe 2016, 2017, more like 2015, 16. I'm sorry. This statistic used to be every 9 seconds. But 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. So from the time that we have been on, that's clearly over 100 people have been physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. So again, it's real. Domestic violence accounts for 15% of all violent crimes in the United States. 20,000 calls placed to domestic violence hotlines nationwide are made on a typical day. There has been a 500% increase risk of homicide when a gun is present in domestic violence situations. Even the young lady here says that she was threatened by a gun. 72% of all murder-suicides involve an intimate partner, and 94% of victims of these murder-suicides are female. So again, yes, domestic violence is real. It is still happening. It is even prevalent. It's just as prevalent in our communities, I will say. It typically happens. There's a greater chance, you're at greater risk of being in a domestic violence situation when you're between the ages of 18 and 24, especially in the Black community. So a lot of us, you're anything like me, you may have experienced it in your younger, unwise, didn't know the red flags, any of those things. And so that's why that age group is prevalent. Young adults just learning about life, just getting into relationships and learning how they're supposed to go, So we're going to talk about all that this month on the Girl Code. We're going to have some more Ubuntu spotlights. We're going to talk about some events that are going on near you, around us, that are highlighting domestic violence and breast cancer awareness. We're just going to talk about it all. So again, that again is beginning to go viral. I don't know, it was posted a couple days ago, but go to her Instagram and check it out, if you can bear it. But it is very triggering. I will warn you. We're going to give some resources for ladies who may find themselves in such a situation. So we are going to honor and highlight domestic violence in a way here on High Heels and Lipstick Conversation, because that's what this platform for me is all about. This is why this platform is important to me. This is why I choose to say or not say certain things, because I want to make sure that I am representing ladies well. And so I would be remiss if I didn't spend this month and talk a little bit about those things. So thank y'all for checking in on tonight. Okay. Stick with me. Coming back at the end of this month, and we'll introduce you to some more ladies in Ubuntu Spotlight. Okay. Follow me, share my posts, share my live with others. If you have some friends that you say, hey, they may like She Is Namia High Heels and Lipsticks Conversation. She got some stuff, she's saying some stuff, some things going on. They may enjoy the conversations. Invite them to please share. That helps me to build my platform. That helps me to be able to share a little bit about my purpose and passion and what I do to encourage others, and some upcoming things that I have going on. And so and then it just, it helps to have these kinds of conversations. So thank y'all for checking in. So I will see you soon. Hey, I got some comments. Let me check that. Yeah. Love the awareness. Thank you, Tamara. That's what we do. And we're going to continue for the entire month. Y'all just check in with me. Keep with me. Thank you for our guest, Kiana, on tonight. Again, I got to highlight it one more time. I will share this on my She Is Namia page on how you can contact her. And I will share on my personal Facebook page. So if you want to get in contact with Kiana, if you're interested, or if you know someone who is interested, who needs healing and want to partake in this awesome event, a ladies retreat, Friday, October 21st to 23rd, then you can get in contact with Kiana and you can check it out. So thanks, Nick. Thanks for checking in on this evening. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. So I got work tomorrow, and it's another day, another dime. Keep with me. Keep checking in with me, and I will chat with y'all soon. All right. Thank you for joining She Is Namia tonight for another edition of High Heels and Lipstick Conversations. We hope you have enjoyed the dialogue. If you like what you've heard tonight, please press the like or love button. The share button is free too, y'all. You can follow She Is Namia on all social media platforms. And if you are feeling generous and would like to support High Heels and Lipstick Conversations, hit a sister up on her Cash App. $ She Is Namia. I appreciate the love, y'all. Please know the views and opinions expressed tonight are those of She Is Namia alone and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entity she represents. Also, music was provided by Uppbeat creators at Uppbeat.io. Smooches. Until next time, y'all.